Welcome to Mo Banshee's Lair. This show has been altered to conform with YouTube's rules on copyright. The music has been removed in some of the commercials. I hope you enjoy it, and God bless you and yours.
Toto? I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Welcome to Mo Banshee's Lair, rocking your world on DreamStreamRadio.com.
And welcome to Mo Banshee's Lair. We have a great show. We have a dun 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 dun, and a presidential candidate tonight for your perusal, and they are waiting the First Lady and her first man. Okay.
I'm not the first man, but I'm there.
You're there. You're at the finish. It doesn't matter if you're at the first. What matters is if you're there last. Anyway, Iona trailer. Sorry. You screwed me up with that one.
Moonshine.
Yeah, I need a shot of something. Iona Trailer is running for president in 2016 on what I'm calling the Shine Ticket, Moonshine. And her slogan is a cup for every jug. And her boyfriend Buckaroo from the Philadelphia ORoos. Are you married? That's your constituents want to know. Are you guys married, or are you still living in sin?
No, we're living in sin.
Congratulations. At least you're going in that way.
We might give a two-gun salute to you guys.
At least you're going in that way. They all come out.
Two-gun salute.
Yeah.
Buzzard Buck.
Oh, I'm sorry. Buzzard Buck. I didn't know they had names.
They all come out living in sin, but you're going in doing it. So congratulations for being honest people.
No, thanks.
So
Southern people are.
I'm telling you, your campaign, I've been listening to it, and you've got many of the positions filled. And I asked you to please let me be Minister of Defense, and I swear to God I'll yell, "Hey, y'all, wait till you see this shit before I bomb it."
Well,
did you go to seminary to get that title, minister?
Yeah, the minister. Of course I did. They don't let me corrupt people with religion without that.
Did you say
we want to thank.
Secretary of Defense?
Well, that's what Mo is. But we want to thank you for taking that position, Mo. It's a very important position in the cabinet that Iona's working on.
Yeah.
Did you before the Secretary of Defense used to be called Secretary of War. Did you consider that name? We could switch the name, or Secretary of Offense, or something, whatever you choose. We're flexible.
If I could shoot a gun or bomb something, I'll take anything. You could just call me that broad over there.
You want to be the minister. Well, we'll write that one down.
Okay.
Minister of War.
Put a war part in there.
Minister of Destruction. Minister of Chaos. You can name me pipe bomb minister. You can name him a million things for me.
Okay. Well, we appreciate your service, and the salary is commensurate. Well, how many? Commencement to.
Commensurate.
Oh, commensurate to your work produce.
Get them all confused.
I had one too many shots of moonshine. But anyhow, thank you, Mo. Thank you very much for your service.
Thank you. And you are welcome. Anything for the cause. You guys, our guests are Iona Trailer and Buckaroo, and you're the Philadelphia Buckaroos. How do you Buckaroo?
How do I? Well, very carefully. And
they kick.
Yeah, they're kickers. They're screamers.
I formed an anatomically correct life-size inflatable doll with movable parts for you. What are you doing with ORoo?
I'm getting sweaty and nervous all these questions. No, we're from the Philadelphia Blue Blood section of town. It's the rich people. But
yeah.
I just didn't want to bring that up right away.
No, because you don't want to ruin your image. Everybody likes you.
Right.
God forbid we should ruin our image.
Mel, I was wondering if you want to learn some more about Iona's feelings about when her running for the president. We could pick her brain if it's okay.
Okay. Let me get a crochet hook, and I'll go up one nostril. You go through the other one.
Get a 10-foot hook.
She kicks too, huh?
Wait a minute, you too.
Oh, okay.
She kicks too.
Have Buck run for president. You take me apart.
Well, as we know, Iona's running on the Moonshine Party.
Yeah.
Tonight we have a flavor of cherry moonshine. Just every night the flavor could change.
Ooh.
All that's left is the cherries, Buck. What'd you do to it?
Well, I drank the liquid.
Well, there's just cherries left.
And one of the things is Iona's going to do a whistle-stop tour for those who would like to meet her. When the train comes into her town, she's going to come out at the caboose part and meet all her supporters.
Yep, y'all just whistle and we'll stop.
There you go. Now, Iona, what's your platform? A lot of people might want to know what that is.
Well, yeah, I kind of settled on oak. It's real pretty wood.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Go for the good stuff. If you're going to go to the White House, spend money. That's
right.
That's a perk.
Yeah, well,
I thought about knotty pine, but I kept getting my high heels stuck in the knots. They go right through when your spiky heel hits them.
And there's
I don't want to put up with that, so I ended up with oak.
That's wonderful. Now, what about some of your positions on your platform?
Well, that's a personal question, but
I might want to know, what is the position that you hold?
I ain't going to answer that question. You've been there, you ought to know.
Well, I haven't been there.
Yeah, but she's real shy sometimes to answer some questions. But Iona, what do you think about red china?
It don't match any of my tablecloths, so I ain't going to get any.
There you go.
What about your cabinet, Iona? We've already talked to Mel. We thank her for her service. What is your visions of your cabinet?
You mean them wood ones?
Whatever your visions are.
Well, that set of cabinets, it has to match the platform, doesn't it?
Oh, well, it's up to you. You get did you want some panels in the cabinet or what?
You want glass panels in it? Some doors?
Whatever y'all think. I'll just go along with that because I ain't no designer. I just know I like oak.
Okay, well, let's just say that this is the part where all the people participate in, the different cabinet members.
Yeah.
Oh, that cabinet.
We're putting two and two together, Mel.
I think we're coming up with 7.
7. Okay, well, we got
a whole list of them. I better get that list, Buck.
Oh, so she's going to go get the list.
I made a list over there at the mom and pop shop.
Yeah.
Man, we got all kinds of volunteers.
Yeah.
So if they're volunteering, maybe we won't have to pay them.
George is going to be Secretary of Entertainment. We know that.
Yeah, you're best man for it.
No, he's the one that's in charge of publicity.
Oh, publicity.
Yeah, he's the chief of publicity. And then we had Max Docelli volunteer to be ambassador of funny.
There you go.
That's nice. And then Joe, I'm confused because he uses so many different names, but I'll just say Joe Batters wants to be Secretary of Liquor. Now, I don't know. We got to set the parameters for that for him because we're in charge of moonshine ourselves.
Oh yeah, you're in charge.
And I'm gonna need some of that alcohol for my pipe bombs.
Your pipe bomb.
Now wait a minute. For your pipe bomb.
Yeah, we'll designate some.
What do you do with that pipe bomb.
Don't tell. Don't ask.
Don't. Yeah, exactly. Don't tell. Don't ask.
Don't tell.
Yeah.
But we'll save you some.
Okay.
We'll work out the details later. That's a good idea.
And you know that Ernie Leong, he's going to be the Attorney General, and we call him Ernie.
Ernie the Attorney. We don't know if he's licensed or not, but
he said he's licensed. He has a
driver's license.
That's all that counts.
Yeah, we don't ask for too much. Our standards aren't the greatest.
That's okay. Make them all happy.
There you go. Give us
half the country has been asking our present president if he was even born here, so I'm not worried about a driver's license.
It's debatable, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think he was. Anyway, you know, Felix, a.k.a. Felice, he wanted to be the Secretary of International Affairs after we forced it on him.
Well, there's an issue there, because I gave him a warning about if you cross the international date line, that doesn't give him permission to date girls from other countries.
Is he going to become an American citizen?
Well,
he said he'd do it if we needed him.
He said he'd come in illegally to vote.
Oh, good. See, that works, yeah. We'll take all the votes we could get. You go to those things and you make sure you vote.
Yeah, oh, God. Well, Miss Carrie Welburn, she's going to be Secretary of Interior Decorating.
Mm-hmm.
She does lovely nails.
Yeah, she does a good job.
Yeah.
That's about it. Oh, you got a lot.
Well, there was Robert Wanyu. Now, he's going to be the Chief Composer and Singer.
Oh, boy.
But we ain't had nobody volunteer for Chief of Mental Hospitals for some reason.
Hmm.
Well, I got Teddy here.
Okay, Teddy's got that. Okay.
Teddy won't remember anything, but he'll be in really good company.
You can count on Teddy.
I can picture the new with Robert Winex doing the new national anthem. It'll have something like White House Road where the weeds are growing.
Well, that's about as far as we got so far.
Well, we got another question, Iona. That was a great...
more questions.
Yeah, well, the nation wants to hear from you.
Yes, we need to know where you stand.
That's right. She's sitting now.
And
us.
She got up for you.
Okay. You're in the kitchen. You stand in the kitchen. That's important
doing wonderful.
news.
Now, Iona, did you ever notice a turkey? Have you ever noticed turkeys?
I've seen plenty of turkeys in my life, and I usually like to cook them in grease.
Oh.
And, it's always when I'm real hungry I do that.
Well, that's a good international position for everybody to know.
3 countries.
You covered
You haven't met the turkeys I've met.
We got one more, Mo. What about Gaza Strip?
Well, I don't know how to do that one. I guess I better look it up.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good idea. Not many people would have that approach to the Gaza Strip, but there's a uniqueness there.
Yeah. It's very ethnic.
And we want to tell everybody you'll need to write in her name on the ballot, so it's not going to be on any printed thing. You just got to write a write-in candidate.
We didn't want any of that fighting and feuding with all them political parties.
We didn't have any money to get on anyhow.
Yeah.
I spent my $40 million already.
Well, let me get back to the Gaza Strip. You gotta you have to be very you got to be very careful because some of them aren't circumcised.
Some of them aren't what?
Circumcised.
Well, they ain't Jewish.
God.
It's the Gaza Strip we're talking about, right?
The Strip, yeah. Gaza Strip. It's
whatever floats in their country.
I think we're all losing it. But anyhow, the Gaza Strip, that's the key issue. But we kind of learned a lot from Iona.
Yeah.
Iona, tell us what you're going to do at the inauguration around the White House when you...
Oh, yeah. We're going to have one big barbecue picnic there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's going to be a lot of fun. Then an extra added attraction is anybody who comes to that White House party and voted for me, well, they're going to get double wides, free double wides, fully furnished.
Wow. That's a lot. You're going to take...
Build their own outhouses, though.
Yeah, and all day we're going to have square dancing and all sorts of activities.
This is just the day that you're elected or the day you're inaugurated?
Yeah. It might be one big party, you know.
Yeah.
That'll be one big party.
Yeah, so we're going to...
We'll start in November and finish sometime next June.
Yeah.
Now, that's a good idea.
Well, that's why Mo's the Secretary of Offense.
We're always ready to party.
You understand that they gather you all around, and I know this, they gather the president and their spouse and all these people in the Rose Garden before the inaugural parade. Oh. Have you given thought about, the inaugural parade?
Well, Iona, have you thought about it? I don't think I've thought much about it.
Mummers are great. I love mummers. We want mummers.
Maybe Mo could take another cabinet position.
Party planner.
Yeah. Mo, you want to be party planner?
Do you mind if there's shamrocks there?
The Rose Garden. Yeah, we got to work on that, too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things we have to complete.
Yeah, and also... in the Rose Garden, there are snipers that watch over everybody. And you have to give, it's tradition that the first lady or the first man, in your case, or the last man, gives this little memento. It's a little like coin, and it, says, that you were there guarding the first whoever, and it's a keepsake that they give the snipers and the people there that are guarding them, and if you're up on the roof, they take special care of giving it because they know their ass belongs to you.
Yeah. I'm glad they explained that, because when you said sniper, I didn't know whose side the sniper was on to begin with.
Well, we won't really know that this time around, no matter what way it goes.
Now, you know what? If you don't mind, maybe we can change your position to the planner of parties and other events.
And keep Mo in the secretary.
I love a good party. I love a good party. Yes.
Oh, you'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Put Mo up with the head of entertainment, and there you go.
Well, today is March 15th, the Ides of March,
Yes.
And nothing says party like 30 guys running at you with a knife.
Well, we got plenty of...
Yeah, can you believe I used to stand behind a pulpit? Scary, huh?
Behind the pulpit, ain't that nice?
Yes, it is.
So
we have a final mantra that people should know about.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
I'm ready.
2, 3.
You ready, Mo?
No.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Vote early and vote often.
Even if you're dead.
Oh.
That's what they did with Edgar Allan Poe. A lot of people think that they picked him up, got him drunk, and just kept changing his clothes and marching him out to vote for somebody else and taking it back, And I'm ready. I'm your girl. I'll do it. I'll get drunk. I'll get drunk and I'll dress in a dozen different ways so I can vote for you.
Well, we thank you. This is great.
Yeah, I think we need to get busy on that one.
Well,
we check all the tombstones out there.
We have a big gap just filled by Mo. Mo just did us a favor.
What a wonderful person.
Hey, I'll kill people for you. If you're running out of dead people, I can help there.
I can think of a lot of them.
My list is like Santa's. It rolls out and down the hallway,
Oh, that's great. No, you're great. This is
thank you. Yeah, I'm floored. What made you think to run for president?
I think George Bettinger talked me into it.
He's a troublemaker. Yeah. He does things like that to people.
He does. How do you think we got recognized? We was just in his acting class one day. We was Iona and Buck, and he had a TV guy there from ABC News. Somehow we got on TV, so I guess he thought we were going to be good. So
he liked us. He liked the characters, and we got a brief TV thing, and then we just started building on that. So
we have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
This is the second running for the president. 4 years ago, what's your name again? Iona.
Hey, you! Who are you? You're in trouble already, Iona, because Clinton at least remembered his girlfriend's name. This guy don't even remember your name.
Well, let me see. I'm going to be on the lookout for girlfriends, but I really don't have no claim to Buck because we're live-ins.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in for the money.
Yeah.
$40 million. God.
We have all our businesses, though. The Anatomical Doll Factory, and we got our Moonshine still underground on Mount Trashmore with a secret entrance, so nobody knows we got it.
Yeah, no, I quit
and then we have Trailerwood.
Yeah.
You want to tell about Trailerwood, Buck?
What do you want me to tell about Trailer?
It's kind of like Dollywood.
Yeah, I know. It's you've heard of Dollywood?
Yes.
Hollywood, and we have Trailerwood. It's a theme park, Mo.
Yeah.
We have little parades going and all sorts of animals in the petting zoo.
That sounds like Ireland.
Yeah, we got the two-headed snake. We got the cross-eyed bear. It's exciting there.
Well, they drove all the snakes out of Ireland, but there's a lot of trailer parks there and gypsies that they travelers they call them, and they live in trailers and they go from place to place to place. So that's a good idea. And you know what? You guys are going to have FEMA right at your fingertips, so you can get all the trailers you want for your park.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, we can have in charge of all that stuff. All the departments and this and that. Boy, it's a big undertaking. I didn't know you had so much
I'm telling you, your anatomic dolls. Don't you think that this is going to be a conflict of interest? Because I'm pretty sure most of your cabinets either has one or is going to buy one from you.
Well, yeah, they all bought them a couple years ago. They probably need new ones.
They wear out. Yeah.
Some people wear them out in a month.
No, can I tell you the story how we started with that? We were doing a party planning a long time ago. We were working as the receptionist after the wedding.
Yeah.
And I was talking to a lady in the audience there, and I says, "You look kind of like you should need a partner or something like that." She says, "I got a partner." She says, "Do you want to see my partner?" I says, "Sure." So she brought out this doll, this human doll. A male version of a human doll, and she had it right next to her. And she says, "Do you want to see what he can do?" I says, "Yeah." So she did some kind of switch, and his little wee-wee popped up. She says, "I got a girl at home, too." So we've been parlaying that whole idea into this anatomically correct doll stuff. So you can buy them in different sizes. And,
variation, that's life, trying different things. Personally, I'm going to stuff Teddy's arse. I'm not breaking in nothing new, man. That's it. I'm just going to stuff them and make sure little boy is stuffed really well and just keep on going the way I'm going. Right now, it's a little rough. If somebody doesn't introduce us in the morning, he gets a little, shy, He's not a slut. But, once we're introduced, game on. So, let's talk about foreign, some of we got to go to a break. But when we come back, we're going to talk about things that, policies that you're going to have to deal with, like cups and donuts and stuff like this, and really important stuff that nobody's paying any attention to.
That's
cups and donuts.
That's a long reach for the government, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, we have to work on that. But okay.
Why not?
Back.
If you're gonna take everybody's rights away, run the cops too. I mean, what the hell?
You didn't say that. That's not part of the plan.
Okay, guys, we have funny stuff, music, but Thursday is St. Patrick's Day. It isn't St. Patty's Day, folks. It's a holy day, St. Patrick's Day, and that means I'm playing totally terrible songs for it. No, actually, my friend Willie Lynch and the Willie Lynch Band, you can go to willielynchband.com. We're going to play one of his tracks called The Rooster, and after that, the Irish Rovers Whiskey in a Jar, and we're doing this because we all need a break with our voices, but I want to entertain you as well, so enjoy the music. That was the Irish Rovers Whiskey in a Jar, and before that was Willie Lynch with the Rooster, and I hope you enjoyed that that poor rooster. And our guest is presidential candidate Iona Trailer, and yes, and her slogan is vote. Go ahead.
Vote early and vote often, even if you're dead.
Oh.
Especially if you've got dead family, pick them up, dig them up, bring them down. Nobody cares how bad they smell. Nobody's going to check them. Just take them in there, let them vote, and say, okay, Pop, you're going out to vote today.
But we got Febreze for that.
We have access to false IDs, too, if they need them.
Okay, that's cool. Are you at all worried about the moonshine business?
No, because, we can talk on the phone. You're not a government agent yet until Iona gets elected, but the moonshine business is not aware. We have it out of sight. As a matter of fact, if you came to visit us at Trailerwood, you wouldn't even know there's moonshine on the area because we got it underground, so the revenuers can't see it from the sky.
Yeah, we don't include that in our tour when people come to visit. Where the moonshine still is. It's a beautiful Mount Trashmore, plenty of palm trees and plenty of grass and all that.
Yeah, we wanted to get the highest peak in South Florida, and so the Mount Trashmore was the highest peak, and we had to go to the city hall to get the zoning changed so we don't have to deal with the dump trucks coming up here all the time.
The big bonus is the buzzards circling above.
Yeah, we got buzzards. That's what got us into that. And we're going to share buzzards, unlimited supply to everybody in America, especially the people that vote for us.
That'll take care of the hunger problem right there. We also have these big snakes down here, and a lot of people like them, and the gator bites and stuff like that. Buzzard stew, buzzard pot pie.
Well, what about the travel? We have a travel idea for everybody. There's a thing called swamp buggy races down in Naples, Florida. Now, Naples is kind of upper crust, but people, little is this known about the swamp buggy races. They have these things twice a year, and the swamp buggy is like a motorized vehicle. If people don't know it, just to made so it can get through the boggy swamps. It's high, big tires and stuff. But they put these things to a water race in about 6 foot water, and they're all slugging around the water and stuff. And it's a great outing, and we think people should get to see that. We could arrange that, but we think that might be a good idea.
You might be able to have some clout and get it into like an Olympic event.
There you go.
Wow.
Thanks, Mo.
A new American Olympic event.
Yeah.
Minister of Ideas.
Yeah.
These people would really love it,
I'm telling you.
Have the concessions, the alligator bites that Iona mentioned, cotton candy, and
How you found out about the swamp buggy race?
Oh, yeah, I was watching TV, and ESPN had the top 10 sporting events in the United States that are unknown or whatever, and one of them was swamp buggy races in Naples, and I said, wow, I got to remember that. Yeah, they drive around the Everglades and stuff. But it's something that everybody should be exposed to, and especially some of the swamp buggy visitors they're there for the weekends in their flatbeds and stuff, and most of them have big snarly dogs, but that shouldn't worry anybody.
Ugliest dogs you've ever seen.
Just because they slobber out their mouth. It's nothing to worry about, though. I must say,
it's the perfect sport because there's nothing to clean up after. If they wipe out, the alligators take care of that.
Well, here's the thing.
It's for the ecologically thing.
In the swamp, but they fenced it off with chain link fence, and the big snakes can't get in that way. But they have this oval track, and it's full of water, and there's a deep spot in it. What did they call that deep hole? It's called the sippy hole, and a lot of the cars racing in the water get stuck in that sippy hole.
They break down, and parts are all over the water, and people are in there trying to save them and stuff like that. So, and the final thing of the whole day is the queen of the day.
Yeah, they have a big parade the day before right through downtown Naples. And they have this it's kind of like one of them fancy homecoming parades. There's lots of people watching, and they have the queen of those swamp buggy.
Yeah, that's an honor.
There's always a pretty teenager wearing the prettiest little old dress.
Up to a point.
Don't say that, but...
Okay.
I was just envisioning, like, mud-fighting girls.
Oh, it's close. You're close.
Yeah, I'm close. Really I have been to Florida. I've been to Texas. I spent a whole year in Texas one night. The pontoon boating, and they wear the little teddies, and about 3 cases of beer into it, you got broads fighting and mud throwing, and the guys are on the, around the mud, and they're just drinking, and all the broads are fighting. So it sounds like a family event, and we need more of those.
We need that. That's an exposure to
down-home stuff.
Yeah.
That's what we want to bring to the people.
That's one of our social issues.
Down-home stuff, everybody friendly and having a good time, eating some good food.
Well, tell Mo what happened to the Queen.
Well, the last ceremony they have with the Queen on the day of the races, they take her out near the racetrack.
Race waterway.
The race waterway.
Yeah.
It's a track with water in it.
Right.
So I forget how exactly they got. She knows she's going to go in. They dump her in. Throw her in. And she comes out looking all muddy, and but she's still pretty.
She's not as muddy as Mo described her show, but this girl knows she's going in to drink, so they just throw her in the water and go from there.
Well, where we saw the dogs, those ugly dogs?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, Buck and I arrived early, and we took a walk behind the track where all those competitors were staying in their RVs and old trailers and stuff. And we weren't supposed to be back there, but we just kept walking. And nobody said nothing. And they had rebel flags flying everywhere. So it just made me proud to be a Southerner. So I kind of liked being back there until the dogs started barking at us.
I thought you were going to say something like you found out the dogs were the other girls.
You know what? I was so innocent then, I didn't think about it. It ain't a bad idea for those guys, because the guys weren't so cute either. There weren't any Luke Bryans or anybody like them.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said for baths and deodorant. Shaver guy, use a shaver. Hey, it sounds like a day in Vietnam. It sounds like a day in Vietnam, Buck.
But we thought that might be an eye opener for some people, and kind of travel around and see different parts of the country and go from there.
We had buzzard burgers at that place too, didn't we, Buck?
Yeah, we had buzzard burgers.
A buzzard burger.
Alligator bites. A lot of big stuff.
How do you know it's a buzzard burger? Does it come with feathers? Do you have to pick them out of your teeth?
It starts with feathers, and then you got to deflock it.
You got to deflock it? Whoa. See, everything gets back to basics. You got to flock something.
You can start with buzzards.
Yeah. Actually, up here we have a seafood fest, and I draw the line at alligators and that kind of thing. I just I think something that can live as long as they do, with the kind of bullshit that we're doing to their environments, should be protected from being a sandwich. I don't know. It's just me.
That environmental stuff got voted on down here many years ago, and then what happened? They overproduced. There's too many of them. They're in our neighborhoods, and they're on our streets, and they're in the canals. We're full of canals down here.
Yeah, but you see, they're eating the snakes.
That backfired. You have to just leave Mother Nature alone.
Yeah, well, that's it. You see, a lot of people had all these exotic snakes that didn't belong down there, and what did they do? They couldn't feed them anymore, and Katrina hit, and all these snakes got into the environment, and now there's, like 100 and some odd Florida panthers left because the snakes are eating the damn panthers.
Yeah, they had import panthers from some other state.
You know what happened here in Florida, in South Florida, is those are not native to our Everglades, those big snakes, not at all. People been bringing them in from other countries and raising them. In fact, our little granddaughter and her previous boyfriend was raising them, and I didn't like seeing that, because people let them go, and where did they let them go? In the Everglades.
Sure.
Protecting the Everglades, doing that. And then you see the snakes eating the alligators, and the alligators are eating the other snakes, and then just like what happened on our front lawn in Mount Trashmore. One day there's this big old snake, and he was heading our way, so Buck got him with his buzzard blaster. And,
go back.
I'm a hero.
So we opened it up, and there's a deer inside. They're eating the deer. Cute little deer.
So we had a good meal, a little venison. That would turn out to be good.
Yeah, we had a good meal off.
You had stuffed snake. You had stuffed snake. There you go.
Try to make the best out of things.
You do. Never throw anything away. I got kids that do that. You open the refrigerator and pass out from the smell, and you look at them and say, What is wrong with you people? This stuff only lasts so long, and this has got like fungi growing on it, and this is breathing again.
Freezer here.
Yeah, it's disgustipating. I'm telling you. So what? There's a lot of political unrest. Have you been watching your co-candidates, the people from the other parties, the jackasses and the sit on their asses? Everybody, it's rough.
They don't want to hear what anybody else has.
Yeah,
well, third party is a good approach. We can throw out some ideas.
Yeah, the Moonshine Party just really, really attract a lot of people. It's so good of you to think of that, Mo.
We got a lot of the bar hoppers.
Oh, yeah, there's plenty of them.
Well, when everybody's drunk,
bar hoppers.
When everybody's drunk watching chicks fight in mud, there's no room to fight about other things like, money and all of that. Are you fans of raising the minimum wage?
Well, what happened was it McDonald's? We saw an article about that, where they were going to raise the minimum wage. It was voted on, and so they had to let the people go, and they put in machines.
Yeah. So they didn't have any. If the raise goes so far, they lose jobs anyhow because the owner can't afford it and will fire people.
Well,
so I think I'm against it.
I'm against it because it's going to get to the point where a damn hamburger I could make myself is going to cost $40.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good point. Yeah.
So, I may as well just go back to when the kids were little and buy what was that crappy, the hamburger helper thing.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that when we were struggling and you didn't buy disposable diapers that are going to trash the environment, and you wash the shit out of the diaper.
I remember washing that stuff out of the
Right.
diapers.
Well, I'm still doing it. It's just he's a lot bigger than the babies were. But anyway, you sit there and say, "Are you out of your mind? Go into McDonald's for $5. I can make a hamburger helper for $1.50.
Right.
You know?
Easy. Yeah, easy.
And it's getting back there. We're back there again.
You got a good point. We have Buzzard Burger helper, too.
That must be a treat. I got to tell you, hamburger helper, my son loved it, and every once in a while he'll buy it, and I actually gag. Now, I can't even imagine what buzzard helper. Yeah. Do you have to deflock it, or does it come deflocked already?
Oh, no. No, we're the deflockers.
No.
It's all very simple.
Yeah,
we're the like hamburger helper.
No, we're all the steps. We shoot them, take the bullets out,
I'm just
the feathers.
I'm just going to go.
Turn them all around so you know if you got a boy or a girl.
Why does that matter if you're going to eat it?
It
might, yeah.
I don't know.
You might be homophobic and not want to eat a female or a male. Yeah, it might, yeah. I had something in my head, but you just threw me off with that one. Carrie Lynn Welburn, welcome to the Lair chat. She says a hamburger flipper does not deserve more than our soldiers. And I agree. So what are we going to do about this mess over in the Mideast? You going to let me handle it?
Yeah, you're in charge.
I'm going to fucking bomb the hell out of them all.
Give them some sage advice.
Yeah, I'm just going to bomb them all.
That's it.
Either knock it off. I'm a firm believer in that old movie, The Day the Earth Stood Still. Do you remember that with Michael Rennie? And he comes down and he says, look, we don't care what you do in your own backyard, but if you bring it out to us, we're just going to blow you away.
Right. Take no prisoners. That prisoner thing's a big pain in the butt. Too.
Yeah. I'm not going to feed somebody to be an asshole. You know? I mean, family is one thing. We had them. We're stuck. But I'm not in favor of this. If you're not family, guess what? You're expendable. I really do believe that they should all be told, take care of it yourselves, get over it, and if you bring it over to us, we will just blow you out of the water. Right. And that's it.
They got to respect us. That's the what. Yeah. There's no respect now.
I don't care if they just freaking kill each other because that's the way people are.
Right.
And they're always going to be that way, and we're never, ever going to change that. What about, other things that we're looking at? Inequality. How are you... I have no problem who screws who as long as I don't have to watch it, which I'm going to warn you right now, you guys may not want any of the doors to have glass panes in them in the White House.
No. You've been to the mom and pop shop, and that one's always breaking, that glass pane.
Well, you guys are rough lovers. I've heard that. George tells me all the time, son of a bitch, they came here, started doing the horizontal mambo, broke the glasses, broke some doors, I mean, you guys are wild animals in the bed. That's what I heard. In the White House, you got to behave yourself.
Which wild animal?
She's talking about us.
She's talking about us.
Yeah, no talk. Well, we got the mirrors on the ceilings for starters. We got to give that secret away.
Oh, okay.
That's secret number one.
Are you going to use Michelle and Obama's, or are you buying new ones?
I get a little nervous when Iona says, "Oh," she doesn't say my name. She'll say some other guy's name during the heat of battle there.
Yeah. That was the number one.
Yeah, that's a little nervous. Yeah.
And like I say, just be happy you're the last one.
All men ain't equal.
Oh.
Ooh, that's it. Call Monica. Tell her she may have a job back at the White House.
That's true.
So, as the first husband, Buck, do you see yourself going out on the road and doing like an Eleanor Roosevelt type of thing, trying to run the government while he's busy screwing the secretary, or while Iona's busy with her male secretary? Are you going to be running the country from behind, or are you just, you know?
I don't know.
This is getting worse as I go.
I got to look around that White House. I got to look around the White House and be on my P's and Q's.
Whatever that is.
I don't know if Johnson left his bathroom in there, but that sounds like it was a lot of fun to go into.
I didn't know that Roosevelt had some girlfriends in the White House.
Oh, they all do.
Yeah, they all did. There was actually a secret door in one of the bedrooms that Kennedy could get girls in.
Kennedy had his share, too.
Yeah. You know what? I don't care what they do as long as they run the country well. And people say, how can you have somebody who doesn't have ethics? Yeah. And it's like anything else. If you've got somebody that you're paying to do a specific job, I don't care what he does in bed. I'm not paying him because I think he's going to screw his wife. I'm not paying. Yeah. I want him to do his job, and that's maintain the Constitution of the United States. And I don't care. Every president has had lover. Jefferson had a love child. Yeah. I mean, it's as old as Adam and Eve, and you know, it's what it is. I don't care. So Iona, you got the green light, and Buck, you got the green light. It'll be a lot more fun if it's you two together, because I hear you're crazy people. But if you wanna spread the wealth, you can do it. You know, there's lots of rooms in that house.
Oh yeah, you can get lost big time, I'm sure.
I heard the most popular one was the Lincoln bedroom.
Is that right?
Yeah. It's a bed
in there too. They can have a threesome.
Do you know the story about? Do you know the story about Churchill and Mr. Lincoln? Churchill was visiting the Roosevelts, and he took his customary evening bath, and he was smoking his cigar. He got out of it, the bath, walked into the main bedroom part, and there was Mr. Lincoln, and he says, Mr. President, you have me at a disadvantage. And he said Lincoln just smiled at him and disappeared.
Wow.
The thing is, that bedroom was originally the war room.
Back to the war room. Okay.
Yeah, see, that's why I know so much about that.
Get that room when
I want that bedroom. You damn right I want that bedroom. You guys can have Kennedy's room. You guys can have the secret panel. Yeah. Yeah, I don't even need the bed. Just give me the room. Yeah.
Bring your own bed.
Yeah, there's a lot of traditions you guys are going to have to bring to the White House. Every president brings a different tradition. You're going to, bring St. Patrick's Day, right?
Yeah.
Oh, sure, automatic.
We're going to have a moonshine still, too. And
yeah, we're going to...
an outhouse like we have up at Mount Trashmore with the 15 gold-plated toilet seats and the air freshener.
For those snipers, they have to go potty.
Yeah, we just piss on in the bushes. That's why the roses grow so good.
But if they're not allowed to leave the roof, Mo, how do they potty?
Just stand over and let it go. That ain't rain, baby. Bush thought it was rain coming down when he was inaugurated. No.
Looked like rain.
Yeah, it looked like rain. Smells a little foul. It's just, something we put in it for the bushes. It's good for the roses. It's good for the roses.
A little too messy.
I hope we're not standing. I hope we're not standing in a rose garden with a sniper at the peak.
So, you have some Irish jokes for me.
Yes, we do.
What do we want
Which
to start with?
do you prefer, Mel? We got some limericks. We got some one-liners.
Wherever you want to go. I'm easy.
Okay.
I ain't cheap. I can be had, but I'm easy.
You're no pushover.
Nah, you got to give me something.
Yeah.
Even if it's a McDonald's meal.
Okay. Why don't you start off, Iona?
Okay. Now, I was going to try and do it in an Irish accent, but it's hard to talk like me and speak in an Irish accent.
Hey, it's hard for me to talk.
There are some things we mustn't expose, so we hide them away in our clothes. Oh, it's shocking to stare at what's certainly there, but why this is so, heaven knows.
Wow, that was
That's cool.
that was a good start. How about this one, Mo? An Irish lady from Ongar who was shagged in the sea by a conger. Her girlfriend from Deal asked, how did it feel? She said, nice, like a man, only longer.
I have a song in the queue about the Irish curse.
Oh, we know an Irish curse. I was going to ask you about that.
Okay.
The curse of Michael Feeney.
I think we asked her that once before.
I don't know. Mo, did we ask you about the curse of Michael Feeney?
Maybe, I don't know. Go ahead.
No, we're trying to learn what it is. My mom quotes it. She says, I'm going to give you the curse of Michael Feeney. My grandma used to say that. But now that my mom's a little older, she don't remember what it stands for. And we can't find it on the internet, but somebody told us it was...
It was Mo.
No?
Yeah.
Was it you, Mo?
It was a private message.
Mo, was that you?
Yeah, it was me, and I'm trying to remember right now because I'm in the middle of a show and my mind is totally, totally out the thing. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play music, and we're going to come back, and you're listening to our next president of the United States, Iona Trailer, and her first husband, well, her last husband, or her last boyfriend. Her last boyfriend. Maybe not her last boyfriend. It might just be a passing thing. ORoo from the Philadelphia ORoos. And we're talking about their candidacy and what's going to change in this country. And we're also talking a little bit about the Irish. This next song is James Cagney and Sally Sweetland with Harrigan from Yankee Doodle Dandy. And where is that song? I'm going to try to find it. The Irish Curse by Donald O'Shaughnessy. I think we'll put that up for you guys next. And we'll be right back. And I hope you're enjoying this very in-depth and candid interview of a presidential candidate. She hasn't been nominated yet. We're going to write her in. Get your dead cats and dogs and your dead family and dress them up in glasses, and nobody will know the difference if you put dark glasses on them. And then you have them vote, and often. We'll be right back. And that was the Irish Curse. And I hope you're enjoying this show. And we are talking to presidential candidate Iona Trailer and her last boyfriend, or maybe not last boyfriend, first boyfriend, ORoo. And we're talking about Irish traditions and jokes. You guys are from, ORoo is from Philadelphia, which is an immigrant town, the first port. The first immigration port was right there in Philadelphia, and then they moved it over to Ellis Island.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh.
Yes, the whatever it's called. Yeah, I have to remember that too. But yeah, it's there, and over a lot of the square dancing and that kind of thing, and the getting together and all. These are all throwbacks of the Celtic influence. People, the square dances are like ceilidhs over in Ireland. A ceilidh is a social because your neighbors might be 5 miles away, And so to get the kids together so they would meet, they'd, like maybe on a Saturday night, go into town, and they'd have what they call a ceilidh. And it could be anything. It could be they could have a band there. They could be playing records there. The older people would sit and act like they're not paying no attention, but playing checkers or cards, or they might be telling jokes and stuff. But the young people, it was a chance to get the young people together.
I see.
And a square dance became America's version of a ceilidh. Did you know that?
I'll be darned.
Well, I did that in Alabama. My goodness.
Yeah.
How about that?
And what were you doing while the elders were playing games and telling jokes?
Who, me?
Yeah, you. You're on.
You're on.
Dancing with the boys.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That was what it was all about.
The elders and the teenagers be at the same party, though. I mean, like high school dances, there were some teachers, but not like a whole town of elders.
Yeah, well, that's because over here, it's different. Parents go, oh, yeah, you're going to school? Great, go. Goodbye.
Yeah,
Over there, they're really Catholic over there. And even though it's one of the biggest jokes coming and going, they try to keep the girls virgins till they're married. It doesn't work out so well, but, hey, you got to give them props for trying. Yeah, a lot of the Irish groups over here have ceilidhs now, just to kind of keep up. It's telling jokes and social. It's a social thing, right. And the kids don't go to them, but they try to keep up and up until I destroyed my body completely. I used to do the set dancing, and square dancing is a lot like Stack of Barley and all those things, Siege of Innis, and all these other dances over in Ireland, So, you guys, are you going to bring back some kind of traditions to the White House? Are you going to have a square dance there?
You're in charge of the parties, and you're going to do that stuff for us.
But we're going to have square dancing.
And we're not at war.
But also green beer.
Oh, when I'm done with it, there won't be anybody to war with.
That's the whole idea. Get everybody nice and friendly to each other.
Yeah.
Nobody fighting and feuding.
That's it.
Think a little different. You can be friends with everybody.
Are you talking about a scorched earth policy?
You don't have to like each other, but keep it over there.
Right.
Exactly. That's the whole name of the game. Just keep it there. If you can't get along, kill each other, wipe each other out. I don't care, but don't bring it over here.
Already did.
Yeah, and now it's time for us to make sure they keep it over there.
Right.
And I don't care who's in office. They better come to that realization. So we're going to have square dancing at it, and we're going to have moonshine there.
We're going to have a nice parade.
A nice parade.
And special brownies.
And special brownies.
They'll be painted green.
Hey, is Carter's brother still alive?
Billy?
We can invite him up on the roof,
Billy Beer.
Yeah. He used to...
You want him to be a sniper?
Well, him and his brother used to smoke pot up on the roof.
He'll fall off the roof, that guy. Even Jimmy Carter disowned him, didn't he?
Nah.
Out there doing the peanut farm now.
Yeah.
He's not too old.
I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's still alive.
I don't know. They got along all right. It's just that when you become president, you don't want people embarrassing you. Right. And that's why you need somebody like me. Come on, let's take a walk. You're an embarrassment. So what would you consider embarrassing behavior for the White House?
Ooh, that's a great question. Good, Iona.
Nothing, right? Anything goes when the whistle blows.
What about like a Roman orgy?
No, that would be embarrassing.
That would be embarrassing because we don't know any Roman. Well, we'd have to get Felice. Right? We do know a Roman.
Expert on that.
Yeah,
he would help us.
We'll find out when we go to see him.
There we go. Problem solved.
Yeah, I would say maybe some Roman orgy type behavior. You know, the looseness of the.
That would be embarrassing because cameras all over the place.
A lot of open togas.
You know what? It could be just the thing to bring the country together.
Well, that's true too.
In many ways.
Yeah.
No, that's another way to look at it.
Yeah.
In charge of internet.
What about if we had Roman orgy franchises?
There you go.
You know?
And you know what? Collect taxes on them.
Get taxes on them.
People don't want to pay taxes.
Nearest your home.
People don't like. They hate paying taxes on food and things they need. They hate paying for health care, but they'll pay for porn. They'll pay for orgies.
Right.
They'll pay taxes on cars. They'll pay taxes on cigarettes. They'll pay taxes on alcohol. But don't ask them to pay taxes on medicine or clothing or anything else.
We just might have gotten the porn vote, too.
Yeah, see?
I think we just hit on the porn vote. We got bikers, barflies, the porn vote. That's three good groups.
One thing we got to get rid of is all this welfare fraud stuff. So people really got to need it because some of them don't get it and others do.
I got a question for Mo. Mo, when you say we're going to take care of my overseas and stuff, how do you figure if they say, well, we can't shoot somebody because they're the wife of the soldier? They're the what are they called? They're a civilian. They're not at war. You know, they're just hanging around. So
tough shit.
Good. That's what I was hoping you'd say.
Tough shit.
I'd say they're part of the war because they haven't moved away or nothing. You know, they can't hide that fact.
Okay, I'm going to share, which I very rarely ever do, share a little bit of a true story.
I got my notebook out.
Yeah, somebody I know was over in a certain country, and the order was to not engage, but to protect American lives. And that meant watching the one group go in and take a whole village of women and children, and they killed them, then they mutilated them.
Oh, God.
And when I was asked, how do you deal with that and why did they do that, I tried to explain, we think with an American idealistic thought process. We think children and women should not be hurt, even if they're husbands or whoever. A husband should be hurt if his wife belongs to Al Qaeda, and vice versa, and that kind of thing. Over there, they live by one rule. You don't let anybody live that can produce another child that can fight against you, and you don't let anybody grow up to become an enemy. So they wipe each other out.
Exactly.
And you cannot change that mentality. And that is the most serious I will ever get on this show. If they cannot control their own, we are never going to control them.
Exactly.
So
I can't handle people that want to sit down and have conferences and stuff. It's impossible.
It's impossible because
they've been at war and hating each other for
thousands of years, and it's never going to stop because that's the mentality there. I want to rule it. I want to own it. I'm going to kill everything that stands in my way, and I'm not letting anything live that can come back at me. And that's how they live there.
How can you stand by and justify people's heads being cut off and think that they're just mistaken or something like that?
I like I said, there's only one way to really look at it. Americans, stop spending your money overseas. Stop going to countries where this goes on. Stop buying their oil. Tell them to take their oil and shove it up their arse.
Yeah.
Stop.
That's what it's all about.
Isolate them, and leave them to their own devices.
Right.
The biggest porn factories that sell porn on the internet are in countries that claim to be very, very religious.
Wouldn't doubt it.
Warehouses. I used to have a site, and we would be attacked left and right, and it was always the same thing. Mid-Eastern porn factories. Just hacking into our servers and getting into it. And now we have people here that are addicted to porn.
Yeah.
They've done the same thing with porn that they did with drugs in this country.
Yeah.
They took over the country by getting everybody addicted to drugs and alcohol. Now they've got them addicted to porn.
Yeah.
So that's where that is. So I say, I don't care if you kill each other, but keep it over there. You bring it over here, we drop a bomb on you all.
Yeah. Good.
You know,
well, that's the kind of Secretary of War we need. No,
I wouldn't be secretary very long. You'd be sitting there saying, okay, you just killed everybody in the world.
Well, you know what they said? If the whole world collapses, there'll only be cockroaches and Keith Richards still alive.
Yeah, he ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, he'll make it.
That booger's going to come out on a wheelchair and play music. So tell me another Irish joke.
Go ahead, Iona. You're good. You're on fire.
Here's the Irish wedding night. I think you're going to like this. Because they's low on funds and couldn't afford a hotel room, the young Irish newlyweds came home to Mama's house for their wedding night. I can imagine how that would be. Anyway, they stayed in the upstairs guest room. Pretty soon they was hugging and kissing and such. Now, Mama was downstairs stirring a pot of stew in the kitchen. After a while, Colleen came running down the stairs. Mama, Mama, Patrick took off his shirt, and he has a real hairy chest. And then her mama said, now, Colleen, that's a real good thing. Get back up there and take care of your husband. Then 5 minutes later, Colleen comes running down the stairs again. Mama, Mama, Patrick took off his pants, and he has hairy legs, too. Then Mama says, now, Colleen, that's a good thing, too. You better get up there and take care of your husband like I already told you. Another 5 minutes passed. Here she comes again. Colleen had noticed that Patrick is missing 3 toes on 1 foot. Mama, Mama, Patrick has a 1.5 feet. Then Mama says, now, Colleen, you come over here and stir this stew. This is a job for Mama.
A 1.5 feet.
When I'm decidedly not a hairy person. My father, he had a little bit of hair on him, and Teddy, I've told this, Teddy's family basically were German Jews and Gypsy Jews from Europe, and we had Andrew, and I swear the kid is a goddamn St. Bernard. I'm not sure where it came from, though. You know, he's really hairy. What we have in our family is the red, ruddy face, but that's also the family name, Ruan, and that means man with reddish facial, skin or reddish facial hair. Ruan is a derivative from French roux, which is red. And so everybody had to come someplace, even the Irish, but Andrew looks like a freaking gorilla. I mean, I'm like, he looks like he's wearing a ghillie suit, for God's sake. And I'm like, where the heck did he come from? My one grandfather way back was Scottish, and he was with the Black Watch, and they said he was 7 foot. And the only thing I could think is he's a throwback from there someplace. I don't know. Wow. Because I've never seen Jewish people like that. Teddy doesn't have a lot of body hair, or I wouldn't be married to him. Strip.
My ex-husband was hairy, and he was Irish.
Yeah? My family, we're not hairy people, and it's kind of funny because, we look at Andrew's legs and think, my God almighty, how does he get his pants up over that? Yeah, so it's funny the way heritage works against you. You guys got Irish in you?
Yeah.
He does. I don't. I'm Scottish.
I'm like a Heinz 57. I got English,
a little
Irish,
bit of
Scotch,
everything.
Dutch,
Yeah.
Something else, and American Indian. But Jewish. That's right. English, Irish, Scotch, Dutch, Jewish, American Indian. Yeah. My dad says we're of the Blackfoot tribe. Something. My uncle says your father's lying. So I don't know.
Do you ever, as president, there's a lot of talk about who should be in the country, who shouldn't be. Are you going to make people do searches on their heritage to find out where they're from? Have you guys researched your heritage at all?
I know what mine is.
Well, I haven't looked mine up. Say that again. You mean when people come in illegally and stuff like that?
Well, yeah, but
No.
No. But you guys are vetted, as they say. You're all vetted. Everybody knows you were born in the United States.
Right.
Yeah, I'd say we got proof of it in our birth certificates and stuff like that. There's no question, but like if you're born in Canada or Libya, there's none of those questions because we were born right in here.
Yeah, you were
if you
born.
Call Philadelphia, United States. I was born in the United States.
We call it a lot of things.
Yeah.
Story about Birmingham, Alabama. I was born up in the mountains, and back then we didn't get birth certificates.
No,
you didn't.
No, but we just knew who the family was.
You might have trouble.
You was born.
Now I'm worried about running for president.
There, see?
Born in Alabama. My mama told me that.
What if she was really born in Mississippi? This could be a big problem for you guys.
It could, because you could get sued. The opposing two parties could sue us.
Yeah. See, Teddy, we had to get his, for the VA, we had to get his birth certificate. Yeah. And that led to a problem because he was not born in a hospital either. And so we went and they said, well, where were you born? And he's, because we needed a birth certificate for insurance and all kinds of great stuff. And he says, I was born on the kitchen table.
Mm-hmm.
And so...
It must have been real uncomfortable.
Yeah. It was because...
Eat breakfast.
Yeah, all I could think of is I ate off of that table. And it's not a pleasant thing watching a baby be born. God could have thought of a nicer way to do that. Really. Anyway, this young girl kept saying, well, I need an address. And so he gave her, 142 Lincoln Avenue in Orange, and she's going, I need the hospital. Finally, this little old lady said, hang on. And on his birth certificate says, born on the kitchen table, 142 Lincoln Avenue. Well, when we go to renew his, ID and licenses and stuff, they all chuckle about it, because he's 84 years old. Not, even in the 50s, not everybody was being born in hospitals. Right. You couldn't afford it.
They didn't have complete records.
No, a lot of
the got a problem with his mama with the ID. She had a driver's license years ago, and she was just moved from one assisted living facility to the new one, the same community. All of a sudden, that old driver's license has disappeared, and she has no ID.
She has no identity.
Yeah.
So now she couldn't vote today because they couldn't find that.
Oh, hey, that's right. You guys, you see, I think it's totally unfair. We don't have anything until like June. What do they call them? Primaries.
The rules committee, both of them, Republican and Democrat. Every state has a screwball system,
Yeah.
Winner take all, winner take part.
Yeah. Crap. And I think every single state should have a primary. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're going to ask everybody in the country to care about who's going into the White House, then maybe you should let them vote in the primary, because there's a whole state here, and New Jersey, because we are an immigrant state. People come in the what do you call it, the airports, Newark, JFK, and all them, and they come right into that part of New York and New Jersey, and we're very densely populated here. That's a lot of people. And they're not getting any say in the. So are you guys going to change that so every state has a primary?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They should all have the same kind of primary.
Got to make it all uniform, because it's all screwy. It's a mess. You could just name one state this that. You know what happened? The New Jersey lobbyists probably, when they went to the RNC big meetings in the sky, couldn't budge the process, because states jump ahead of other states. And,
yeah.
And like here, they front-loaded the election for Florida because they moved Florida up because they figured Jeb Bush was going to be the big man at the coronation. Well, he flopped bigger than hell. So they're stuck with Florida early, say, for their purposes, but it didn't work out. So it's too bad. Like New York, Pennsylvania, Jersey,
we're left out of the process completely.
Yeah. Things are decided way before they get involved. That's a shame.
Yeah. We don't even get a crack at it till June, and everybody's out of it by then.
Yeah, something's figured out by then.
Yeah.
I think what we should do is just have everybody vote the same day or earlier, around the whole country for the primary. Then we'll figure that out once and for all instead of.
Well, here's what my plan is. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
Iona?
Mo's plan.
When we're in the
Mo's
White House,
plan.
that door is always open to you, Mo.
Okay.
So
Thank you. I'm going to write in Iona Trailer, and for Vice President, Jeremy Irons. That should keep you plenty busy.
What happened to me?
Well, you're the first. Well, you're the last guy, so you don't count. You're the last boyfriend, so you're just there. No, you don't get to be a vice president because you're married to you're shacking up with her. That's not how that works.
I can be first lady.
Now, if anybody tells you Jeremy Irons can't be your vice president because he wasn't born in the United States, just point to who's there now. And who's running, and all the people that have had their names dragged through the mud because somebody thought they didn't, weren't true-born Americans.
Yeah.
So I think that would be just, I think you'd have a lot of fun in the White House with him. I mean, like I said, all the doors, make sure they're solid wood, no glass, so people could see into the rooms.
Oh, no, all privacy, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
of course, I like oak, everything oak.
Yeah, Iona's on the record for that.
I like
to have steel doors, though.
You're that rough? You're that bad in the sack?
Most of Jeremy Irons, and you need steel, it's all metallic there now. Mo, you gave her a big idea here. I'm getting nervous.
But the reason I said the steel doors was, remember Hurricane Andrew?
Yeah.
And we had that front door, and I have to tell you.
This is in 92 in South Florida, Miami.
Hurricane Andrew, the biggest hurricane so far in the South until Katrina came along.
For years I was saying we're not going to get hit with a hurricane.
Yeah, so here we are. I didn't prepare. Here I worked with their Red Cross down there. And so I listened to him. He says, we never get one, you shouldn't prepare. So we didn't prepare. We had only lived in the house a few months. So anyhow, he's running around in his underwear, and the storms began to strike. It was on a Monday morning in the wee hours. He saw that steel door with the water coming in around the door and this weird noise that sounded something like The Exorcist.
High steel. Yeah.
So that you never saw anybody get dressed so fast, because I said, if the house blows over or something, you're going to be around in your underwear and have nothing to wear.
I know. It started getting to me. I got nervous.
He always prepares now.
You see, this was getting ready for the White House. God was getting you ready for the White House.
Sometimes the best decisions are made when you're in your underwear.
Now, I have to tell you, I do not agree with everybody's politics. No matter who they are, a politician, I will find some flaw in whatever they are saying or thinking or doing. Mm-hmm. But I do like the Obamas. So I don't think that you're going to need to scrub down the rugs like they did, the Bushes did after the Clintons left. Yeah. I'm sure Laura was on her hands and knees saying more disinfectant. But are they going to have to scrub the rugs when you guys get out of there?
Oh, get out of there! Oh, are we leaving?
You're only allowed to be there 8 years.
We never got there yet.
Yeah, you're only allowed to be there 8 years.
That's 8. Mo, that's an 8-year plan you're talking about. We get in there, we stay 8 years.
Yeah,
whether we get voted in the second time or not, we stay.
Because we got steel doors, and nobody can.
Yeah, we're going to secure the doors and not going to get in.
And you got the buzzer blaster, right? You got the buzzer blaster, right?
Yeah, we're ready.
Yeah,
we got a whole collection of buzzer blasters.
And we're
prepared, Mo.
You got the safe room downstairs. Yeah, you know that there's a lot of ghosts walking around there, right?
Yeah.
I kind of like ghosts. They're interesting.
Yeah, actually, one of the, and I'm going to say it was Dolly Madison, but I'm probably wrong. But she used to hang her laundry in the one room downstairs, the room that they use for, like, dinners and stuff like that. She would just have ropes brought across, and because she didn't think it was proper for the people out in the street to see the old man's drawers, so she would just hang them on stuff inside, and people see her. And also one of the president's wives by the Rose Gardens, because that was her baby. Every president gets to change something about the White House. Lyndon Baines Johnson had a special shower put in so Big Boy could get really washed off. What are you going to change about the White House besides the steel doors?
To see what we want to do.
No, yeah. Well, we're going to bring that Southern flavor up there, right?
Yeah,
nice and friendly and open. Well, except for the steel doors.
Maybe a mud pit. Maybe a mud pit. Yeah, a mud pit in the back.
Would be nice, a nice new garden.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be roses, it could be something else. The morning glories on the fence out there.
Yeah.
Change the bathrooms inside or anything?
Yeah.
Have a couple of gators out in the pool.
Seats in the White House.
Oh, Mo switched my mind because I thought it was objectionable to have Roman toga parties, so maybe we should just open the doors for toga parties.
We could have Roman baths in there.
If you knew half the things that went on in that building, you wouldn't be sweating anything.
Felice will be over for a Roman toga party.
Hey, I might come over for that.
Just in time to vote.
Yeah.
Tell us how to conduct a Roman bath party.
Well, we could probably work on it.
I'm thinking about the bath.
We could probably work on it.
Just think of it as a giant jacuzzi with a bunch of people half naked and drunk, only there's no water.
Yeah.
There's no water. The Mile High Club.
If it's a toga party.
Mo, do you still want to be on the team? Or we haven't scared you away, have we?
No, you have not scared. I probably have scared half my listeners away. And it's all in good fun because we're talking about, what do you call it? This, I think, is the most flamboyant process for a president in, God, I'm trying to think of one that was this bad in my lifetime. shoot, I don't remember it getting quite this down and dirty and disgusting. I don't ever remember really, even if you disagreed with the president, you kept it respectful.
Yes.
And I've never agreed with any president. Either do it or don't do it, but don't. Maybe your slogan, one of your slogans could be, the streets are paved with fried chicken, or what is a good Southern dish?
Roadkill.
Roadkill, there you go. Roadkill, and the streets are paved with roadkill. Yes, that sounds so
You kill them, we chill them.
There you go.
You gotta get it when it's fresh.
Yeah. That's another thing. What are you going to tax? What are we going to tax next that we can make up for this money? You're not going to tax moonshine.
No,
they'll find a way. If they know about
well, you guys aren't.
Got it underground.
No, you gave us the idea. Tax the togas. Toga tax.
Togas, there you go. Tax all the,
Togas.
Tax the toga parties,
They'll be drunk. They won't know.
They'll pay for it. They'll pay for it.
Yeah.
Like I said, people will pay taxes on stuff that will kill them, but they will not pay taxes on medicine. And they gripe if they've got to buy birth control, but they'll go out and buy a carton of friggin' cigarettes that they know is going to cause cancer. I don't understand the mentality.
I know. Well, we had an idea.
Okay.
Have a national lottery. There's superpower lotteries here and there, but
right.
Just nationalize it. Don't even collect any taxes for a while, and see how the money comes in from those lotteries. It's a voluntary tax.
Right.
Think about that for once.
Yeah.
How many people play the lottery? The numbers get higher. There's more joining it. Half of it goes to tax. So keep a national lottery. The half that's left over comes to the White House.
The last big lottery, the Super Bowl, whatever that is, Super Bowl, I had to go buy milk at the convenience. Yeah, whatever that is. There was a man there, and he had over $100 worth of tickets he was checking out. And I'm thinking to myself, buddy, if you got $100 to throw away on a lottery, you don't need the feckin' lottery.
That's true.
Yeah. I almost choked to death, and I'm sitting there going, $5 for a gallon of milk? Are you out of your mind? But it's either that or go, 10 miles down the road and get the, a cheaper thing. So it's either pay for the gas or pay for the milk, But I mean, people that will go out and spend $100 a week on lottery tickets.
Yeah.
And then complain because they're being asked to help with the health care.
Well, you've given a lot of thought to these opinions. Could we expand your duties on the cabinetry? Maybe put you as medical, what's the head of the medicine?
Advisor.
Yeah. Do you want to be on that bill too?
I don't know. How much arsenic am I going to be given?
She's a medical advisor, the Secretary of War.
Blow everybody out of the water. That's good.
The party organizer. I'm going to organize.
Yeah.
How much?
Put you in charge, and we'll bask in.
Let me ask you, how much
you're
arsenic?
Be busy, but you might get some good results.
All in the party planner. Yes, we have that too.
We're having a party.
Between an Irish wedding and an Irish funeral.
What's the difference?
One less drunk. I got a limerick.
Okay.
An Irishman from Montana who said he could play the piano. His finger slipped, his zipper ripped, and out came a hairy banana. Uh-oh. Did it go off the air?
We're still here. No, you reminded me of something that happened a long, long time ago. For some reason, somebody decided I should cook Thanksgiving dinner, and I've got a trailer full of people from Atlanta Army Depot in my trailer, and I've never cooked a Thanksgiving turkey in my life. And we had all kinds of people there, and everybody went to bed. It was nighttime, and it was dead quiet, and all of a sudden, one of the young men said, "Ooh, it's Harry! And that was it. Nobody slept for the rest of the night. I fell out of the bed laughing. Nobody slept for the rest of the night. So there's your toga party.
Yeah.
I know about...
Come together. Diplomacy is?
What?
It's the ability to tell a man to go to hell so he'll look forward to making the trip.
Yes. That's the blarney and the eloquence of the Irish.
And the eloquence.
I got to squeeze one more joke in.
Okay.
How can you tell if an Irishman is having a good time?
I don't know.
He's doubling over with laughter.
Crash. Yeah.
Here's one that Fred might, not Fred, but Buck.
Who's Fred?
See, she's two-timing you already. She's not even in. She's not even in the White House. She's screwing Jeremy Irons, and now she's got Fred on the side. See, what are you gonna do?
Woo.
You better load that gun.
It stays ready, but I can't. I don't have enough bullets.
This one's for Buck.
Okay.
Take Viagra.
Black and blue and found floating upside down in the Irish Sea.
Oh my God!
I don't know. Black and blue.
Tell the stupid Irish joke.
Oh, oh no! She picked on me.
I want to thank you guys for coming on. You are always a riot.
You are too. You bring it out.
We love you, Mo. We thank you so much for all your fun too. Having
yeah. I'm going to be doing a St. Patrick's Day show on Thursday because I realized the show falls on Thursday at 7 o'clock. Lots of Irish music. It's just going to be a bit of a party. And next week, I think on Tuesday, we'll end up having Greg Travis, who's got a new movie coming out, the actor Greg Travis. And on the 31st, we're going to have William Dickinson. He's a director. He's coming on. And in April on the 5th, Catherine Lee Scott from Dark Shadows has a new book out. She's going to be coming and visiting us. And I can't thank you guys enough for coming. And it's Iona Trailer for President. And what is your slogan?
Vote early and vote often, especially if you're dead.
Don't forget that last part.
No, thank you for everything. We had a great time.
Where can people find you?
Where are we?
Oh, your email. Did you mean like?
Well, you're on Facebook. You guys, you are a comedy team, and you're on Facebook. I own a trailer. And Buck, do you have a private page?
The Buckaroos from Philadelphia.
I got a problem getting that page to show.
Yeah, I'm trying to get on as Buckaroo, but it won't break through. So I'm kind of limited. I kind of.
Well, they're probably wondering what you're bucking with that route too.
I'm limited in a lot of ways.
Why are you bucking that route? I can't thank you enough for being on. God bless you. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Happy Easter. Happy whatever is coming up. And
look forward to your party on Thursday.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah, it's going to be, the party is, the regular party is going to be Saturday. The family's going to come together. And that will be the only time that I take one shot, and it's Irish Mist, and I have it for my mother and the sisters, and that's the only one I take.
That sounds good.
Only once a year, and it's because they held us together here.
Yeah.
And that's...
Well, you have a great time, Mo.
You too. God bless everybody. Thank you for listening, and thank you to Zachary for not shutting us down tonight. And with that, I'm going to play... what the hell? I'm going to play Finnegan's Wake and then the exit. And God bless you all. I love you all. Good night. And sleep tight. Don't let the devils bite. Night.
Stream Radio is now available on TuneIn.com. Visit www.tunein.com and download the app for any smartphone, tablet, or your computer. Listen live on the go, no matter where you are. Only from Stream Radio.
the minister. Of course I did. They don't let me corrupt people with religion without that.
What did you say?
No, we want to thank.
Secretary of Defense?
Well, that's what Mo is. But we want to thank you for taking that position, Mo. It's a very important position in the cabinet that Iona's working on.
Yeah.
Did you consider, before the Secretary of Defense used to be called Secretary of War. Did you consider that name? We could switch the name, or Secretary of Offense, or something, whatever you choose. We're flexible.
If I could shoot a gun or bomb something, I'll take anything. You could just call me that broad over there.
I want to be the minister. Well, we'll write that one down.
Okay.
Minister of War.
Put a war part in there.
Minister of Destruction. Minister of Chaos. You can name me a pipe bomb minister. You can name him a million things for me.
Okay. Well, we appreciate your service, and the salary is commensurate. Well, how many? Commencement to.
Commensurate.
Oh, commensurate to your work produce.
Get them all confused.
I had one too many shots of moonshine. But anyhow, thank you, Mo. Thank you very much for your service.
Thank you. And you are welcome. Anything for the cause. You guys, our guests are Iona Trailer and Buckaroo, and you're the Philadelphia Buckaroos. How do you Buckaroo?
How do I? Well, very carefully. And
they kick.
Yeah, they're kickers. They're screamers.
I formed an anatomically T-Rex life-size inflatable doll with movable parts for you. What are you doing with ORoo?
I'm getting sweaty and nervous all these questions. No, we're from the Philadelphia blue blood section of town. It's the rich people. But
yeah.
I just didn't want to bring that up right away.
No, because you don't want to ruin your image. Everybody likes you.
Right.
God forbid we should ruin our image.
Mo, I was wondering if you want to learn some more about Iona's feelings about when her running for the president. We could pick her brain if it's okay. Okay.
Let me get a crochet hook, and I'll go up one nostril. You go through the other one.
Get a 10-foot hook.
She kicks too, huh?
Wait a minute, you two.
Oh, okay.
She kicks too.
Have Buck run for president. You take me apart.
Well, as we know, Iona's running on the Moonshine Party.
Yeah.
Tonight we have a flavor of cherry moonshine. Just every night the flavor could change.
Ooh.
All that's left is the cherries, Buck. What'd you do to it?
Well, I drank the liquid.
No, there's just cherries left.
And one of the things is Iona's going to do a whistle-stop tour for those who would like to meet her. When the train comes into her town, she's going to come out at the caboose part and meet all her supporters.
Yep, y'all just whistle and we'll stop.
There you go. Now, Iona, what's your platform? A lot of people might want to know what that is.
Well, yeah, I kind of settled on oak. It's real pretty wood.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yep. Go for the good stuff. If you're going to go to the White House, spend money. That's
right.
That's a perk.
Yeah, well,
I thought about knotty pine, but I kept getting my high heels stuck in the knots. They go right through when your spiky heel hits them.
And there's
I don't want to put up with that, so I ended up with oak.
That's wonderful. Now, what about some of your positions on your platform?
Well, that's a personal question, but
I might want to know, what is the position that you hold?
I ain't going to answer that question. You've been there, you ought to know.
Well, I haven't been there.
Yeah, but she's real shy sometimes to answer some questions. But Iona, what do you think about red china?
It don't match any of my tablecloths, so I ain't going to get any.
There you go.
What about your cabinet, Iona? We've already talked to Mel. We thank her for her service. What is your visions of your cabinet?
You mean them wood ones?
Whatever your visions are.
Well, that cabinet, that's set of cabinets, it has to match the platform, doesn't it?
Oh, well, it's up to you. You get the did you want some panels in the cabinet or what?
You want glass panels in it? You know, some doors?
Whatever y'all think. I'll just go along with that because I ain't no designer. I just know I like oak.
Okay, well, let's just say that this is the part where all the people participate in, the different cabinet members.
Yeah.
Oh, that cabinet.
We're putting two and two together, Mel.
I think we're coming up with 7.
7. Okay, well, we got...
I got a whole list of them. I better get that list, Buck.
Oh, so she's going to go get the list.
You know, I made a list over there at the mom and pop shop.
Yeah.
Man, we got all kinds of volunteers.
Yeah.
So if they're volunteering, maybe we won't have to pay them.
George is going to be Secretary of Entertainment. We know that.
Yeah, you're best man for it.
No, he's the one that's in charge of publicity.
Oh, publicity.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the chief of publicity. And then we had Max Docelli volunteer.
Welcome to Mo Banshee's Lair. This show has been altered to conform with YouTube's rules on copyright. The music has been removed in some of the commercials. I hope you enjoy it, and God bless you and yours.
Toto? I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Welcome to Mo Banshee's Lair, rocking your world on DreamStreamRadio.com.
And welcome to Mo Banshee's Lair. We have a great show. We have a and a presidential candidate tonight for your perusal, and they are waiting the First Lady and her first man. Okay.
I'm not the first man, but I'm there.
You're there. You're at the finish. It doesn't matter if you're at the first. What matters is if you're there last. Anyway, Iona trailer. Sorry. You screwed me up with that one.
Moonshine.
Yeah, I need a shot of something. Iona Trailer is running for president in 2016 on what I'm calling the Shine Ticket, Moonshine. And her slogan is a cup for every jug. And her boyfriend Buckaroo from the Philadelphia ORoos. Are you married? That's your constituents want to know. Are you guys married, or are you still living in sin?
No, we're living in sin.
Congratulations. At least you're going in that way.
We might give a 2-gun salute to you guys.
At least you're going in that way. They all come out.
2-gun salute.
Yeah.
Buzzard Buck.
Oh, I'm sorry. Buzzard Buck. I didn't know they had names.
They all come out living in sin, but you're going in doing it. So congratulations for being honest people.
No, thanks.
So
Southern people are.
I'm telling you, your campaign, I've been listening to it, and you've got many of the positions filled. And I asked you to please let me be Minister of Defense. And I swear to God, I'll yell, "Hey, y'all, wait till you see this shit before I bomb it."
Well, did you go to seminary to get that title? Well, that's about as far as we got so far.
Well, we got another question, Iona. That was a great...
More questions.
Yeah, well, the nation wants to hear from you.
Yes, we need to know where you stand.
That's right. She's sitting now.
And right
us.
She got up for you.
Okay. You're in the kitchen. You stand in the kitchen. That's
She's
important
been wonderful.
news.
Now, Iona, did you ever notice a turkey? Have you ever noticed turkeys?
I've seen plenty of turkeys in my life, and I usually like to cook them in grease.
Oh.
And, you know, it's always when I'm real hungry I do that.
Well, that's a good international position for everybody to know.
3 countries.
You covered.
You haven't met the turkeys I've met.
We got one more, Mo. What about Gaza Strip?
Well, I don't know how to do that one. I guess I better look it up.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good idea. Not many people would have that approach to the Gaza Strip, but there's a uniqueness there.
Yeah. It's very ethnic.
And we want to tell everybody to you'll need to write in her name on the ballot, so it's not going to be on any printed thing. You just got to write a write-in candidate.
We didn't want any of that fighting and feuding with all them political parties.
We didn't have any money to get on anyhow.
I spent my $40 million already.
Well, let me get back to the Gaza Strip. You you have to be very you got to be very careful because some of them aren't circumcised.
Some of them aren't what?
Circumcised.
Well, they ain't Jewish.
God.
It's the Gaza Strip we're talking about, right?
The Strip, yeah.
Yeah.
Gaza Strip. It's
whatever floats in their country.
I think we're all losing it. But anyhow, the Gaza Strip, yeah, that's the key issue. But we kind of learned a lot from Iona.
Yeah.
Iona, tell us what you're going to do at the inauguration around the White House when you.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have one big barbecue picnic there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's going to be a lot of fun. Then an extra added attraction is anybody who comes to that White House party and voted for me, well, they're going to get double wides, free double wides, fully furnished.
Wow. That's a lot. You're going to take
their own outhouses, though.
Yeah, and all day we're going to have square dancing and all sorts of activities.
This is just the day that you're elected or the day you're inaugurated?
Yeah. It might be one big party,
Yeah.
That'll be one big party.
Yeah. So we're going to...
we'll start in November and finish sometime next June.
Yeah.
Now, that's a good idea.
Well, that's why Mo's the Secretary of Offense.
To be Ambassador of Funny.
There you go.
That's nice.
And then Joe, I'm confused because he uses so many different names, but I'll just say Joe Batters wants to be Secretary of Liquor. Now, I don't know. We got to set the parameters for that for him because we're in charge of moonshine ourselves.
Oh yeah, you're in charge.
And I'm gonna need some of that alcohol for my pipe bombs.
Your pipe bomb.
Now wait a minute. For your pipe bomb.
Yeah, we'll designate some.
What do you do with that pipe bomb?
Don't tell. Don't ask.
Don't. Yeah, exactly. Don't tell. Don't ask.
Don't tell.
Yeah.
But we'll save you some.
Okay.
We'll work out the details later. That's a good idea.
And you know that Ernie Leong, he's going to be the Attorney General, and we call him Ernie.
Ernie the Attorney. We don't know if he's licensed or not, but
he said he's licensed. He has a
driver's license.
That's all that counts.
Yeah, we don't ask for too much. Our standards aren't the greatest.
That's okay.
Make them all happy.
There you go.
Half the country has been asking our present president if he was even born here, so I'm not worried about a license.
It's debatable, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think he was. Anyway, Felix, a.k.a. Felice, he wanted to be the Secretary of International Affairs after we forced it on him.
Well, there's an issue there because I gave him a warning about if you cross the international date line, that doesn't give him permission to date girls from other countries.
Is he going to become an American citizen?
Well, he
said he'd do it if we needed him.
He said he'd come in illegally to vote.
Oh, good. See, that works, yeah. We'll take all the votes we could get. You go to those things and you make sure you vote.
Yeah. Oh, God. Well, Miss Carrie Welborn, she's going to be Secretary of Interior Decorating.
Mm-hmm.
She does lovely nails.
Yeah, she does a good job.
Yeah.
That's about it. Oh, you got a lot.
Well, there was Robert Wanyu. Now, he's going to be the chief composer and singer.
Oh, boy.
But we ain't had nobody volunteer for chief of mental hospitals for some reason.
Well, I got Teddy here.
Okay, Teddy's got that. Okay.
Teddy won't remember anything, but he'll be in really good company.
You can count on Teddy.
I can picture the new with Robert Winex doing the new national anthem. It'll have something like White House Road where the weeds are growing.